Hey guys, welcome to my season 1.5 tier list. Now, I'm a bit late to this. Everyone started doing theirs about a week or two ago. I wanted to give it some time. Just to get the most accurate one that I can give you. Now, I think I have good knowledge of the game. I played the game since the beta. Got a diamond in season 0, which I didn't play much of, so that was pretty good, considering. And then I'm now in Celestial, just hit it actually. We're just gonna get the ball rolling, and this is the most accurate tier list you'll see on YouTube. Let's get it going. So, firstly, Adam Warlock. He's definitely been improved this season, because, he was rubbish in the first season, I thought. I even got check out my YouTube channel. I got a video on him where he just, you might as well have a support ult which is gonna save you from dying, rather than having a support ult which brings you back to life. I just think, the defensive ults are just so much stronger than his ult. And I still think that, but it's not, the gap isn't as big, do you know what I mean? I just think if someone can prevent me from dying, I'd prefer that than someone reviving me, do you get me? People are starting to learn his ult a bit better, and he's had some buffs as well, healing buffs, and his chain healing is really good. I think he's strong if he's in a 3 healing comp. I personally think it's overrated having 3 healers. It's good for certain scenarios, or if you're defending a point, I think. And obviously he's got the team up with Mantis and Star-Lord, which is really, really strong. And Star-Lord is a pretty strong character at the moment. So I definitely think he's got better. I would have put him in low C, whereas I'm going to put him into B tier, and we'll see where he goes in B for now. He's improved. I think in a few weeks we could possibly see him in A tier. I think some people probably put him in A tier, but my personal opinion is going to go into B. With this tier list, it is going to be if there's 10 characters in S tier, I'm going to try and order those as well, to give you the most accurate reading. So next is Black Panther. I've seen mixed reviews on this guy. I personally think he's really good. I think they nerfed him a little bit with his survivability, but I seem to be in games where he's cracked, either against me or on my team. I love having one on my team. I quite like a divey comp. As a tank main, I like having dive DPS. I mainly play Thor and Mag, and if I'm on Mag, you love having dive characters because you just shield them and they jump in and jump out. I don't know. I think he's an A tier. Now I don't know where in A he's gonna go. I think if you've got a good one, which I've seen lots of good ones. I haven't seen many bad ones. And he is banned quite a bit. I mean, why else would you ban him? People must be annoyed at playing him. People typically hate dive, and if dive's done properly, it's really good. Now I'm doing this tier list based on a number of things. It's an overall rating, with ult, team ups, generally just how good they are, how much they used, how much they're banned, based off what I've seen with all that data, he's high B, possibly A. I'm going to put him into A. Like I said, I'm going to come back to all this at the end. I might tweak a few things as I'm putting characters in. So next, Black Widow. Yeah, she's still in D tier. Sorry. Yeah, she... A few more people starting to play it. Obviously, the game has now been out for 3 months, so... And that's not that long for a game, considering, do you know what I mean? So the game's still evolving. People are still learning different ways to use different characters. But the problem is with her, she doesn't have a one-shot potential. She has to be like aided to be able to do that. But I mean, if you've got good aim, I mean, play her. Do you know what I mean? Like, the thing with all these characters, like, if you're good at them, play them. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're all usable. It's just how usable they actually are. And put it this way, you spend 20 hours playing Black Panther or 20 hours playing Black Widow. I think you'd prefer Black Panther, unless you can aim really well, then probably Widow. But I suppose they're two different types of DPS, so pretty bad comparison, to be honest, but you know what I mean. So she's still in D tier. She still needs some more rework done. She got slightly buffed. I think her cooldowns were like shortened or something, or her ammo was like increased or something like that. But yeah, I never see her, and if I do, I want her out my team. If I see someone pick them on my team, I'll ban her just so they don't go in. But yeah, next is Hulk, my boy. Favourite Marvel character. Definitely the best and strongest Avenger. But yeah, he dominated, first season and the start of the second season. I think he got nerfed a little bit, didn't he? I can't remember if that was the season 1 or the season 1.5 patch. It's all like a bit jammed into one in my head. But yeah, he's still really good though, to be honest. It's just the team up was slightly nerfed with Iron Man, but I still think the Strange one is like ridiculous. And he on his own as an actual character, forgetting about the team up, is still a good character. Like, I think on his own he is probably a high B, maybe A tier, but I think he gets banned all the time, and he is so effective when you've got the right team around him. So he's going into A tier for me, and he's going above Black Panther. But yeah, I need to play him a bit more, actually. I don't play him enough. But right, Captain America next. Wow, this character is climbing the ladder. One of the most annoying characters in the game by far. He can stall a payload for ages, because you can now, since the latest update, you can literally jump and shield at the same time, so he's just even more unkillable. He's a good dive character. I've seen people like get a lot of kills on him. He doesn't necessarily do loads of damage, but if you know what you're doing, like the movement and everything, he's just like, you can't kill him. And I think as dive is slowly creeping into the meta, he will become even better than what he already is. I think we'll see him possibly in an S tier in the next 2 or 3 updates. But yeah, he gets it quite quick now. Like, gets it quicker. And yeah, just really annoying. He is an A tier for me. I think he's really good. Next is Cloak. So, weird one for her. So she was the most dominant healer when she came out for ages and ages, alongside Luna, of course. She's the queen. Can't touch Luna. But but yeah, Cloak. One of the easiest healers to play. The ult is really good if they haven't got a mag on the team, but I don't think it's as good as what it used to be, but it's still good. It did get nerfed, but that shows how OP it was before the nerf, because it's still pretty good. But yeah, I think she's fallen a bit, but she has been updated recently. Now, on the day I'm recording, I think there was an update about a week ago, probably a bit less, probably about 4 or 5 days ago. It was the Iron Man, Human Torch, and Cloak, and they all got buffed. And apparently healing output has just gone up a little bit, which, the higher the healing output, the higher, the faster you get your ult, sorry. Because as we know, there was a big nerf on the healing ult, which, to be honest, because all of them had their ult charge extended, it didn't really feel like a nerf, to be honest, that much. But yeah, she's going into B tier for me. Above Warlock, though, definitely. I mean, I haven't played since that update, the one that was 4 days ago, whatever. I haven't noticed the difference yet, so that could go back into A. She probably is low A, to be honest, but I'm trying to also spread the characters out. Like, I'd probably say most of them are all B or above characters, but yeah, just gonna I'll see how it goes. Right, Doctor Strange next. He's the king. I mentioned the Queen earlier about Luna. He's the king, and what I mean by this is he has kept that throne in the S tier. He's been there the longest, and he's still there. He's had a nerf, he's still there. He's got big barriers, he's still there. He's got good damage, he's still there. He's got a great ult, he's still there. He's got one of the best team ups in the game, he's still there. And yeah, he's just him, and do you know what I mean? Yeah, he doesn't get banned that much, considering he's like one of the highest picked heroes, and yeah. Yeah, not much more to say. He's the king. He's staying in that S tier. Next is Groot. Well, this is someone who also has climbed the ladder a little bit. He was never as low as Captain America, but I think people are really starting to use Groot properly now. He's got, the extended range on his walls. And yeah, I mean, if you ban Wolverine, which pretty much everyone does, which is annoying for me because I'm a Wolverine main and it hurts my feelings, but it is what it is. Yeah, you get him banned and you're laughing, really. You got a few other counters, I think like Winter Soldier and stuff like that. But yeah, he's got one of the best ults in the game. Good survivability, good damage. And yeah, people are using those walls really well now, and you can be creative with them. I think characters you can be creative with. The potential of the character just is much bigger. So yeah, I think he's got into S tier, to be honest. I generally do. Yeah, if not high A tier, but I'm putting him in S. I think he deserves to be there. And yeah, I hate having one. I hate going against one. Sorry, a good one. Yeah, next Hawkeye. Weird one, really, because I actually mained Hawkeye a little bit in Season 0, where he was at his best anyway. Him and Hela just dominated. He's still got that one-shot potential, which I think if you're a character with a one-shot potential, you're, automatically in a B tier. Just because, if you've got the aim, put it this way, if the highest, I don't know how to explain this, but you know what I mean. If you have the highest skill, like movement with your hands and aim, then you might as well play Hawkeye because he's got the one-shot potential, The range got nerfed slightly. I think it went from, actually it was pretty big nerf actually, it's not slight. You could notice the difference, definitely. It went from 60 to 40 meters, the damage drop off. Not the drop off, what was it? It's when you're playing Hawkeye and you aim in, when you draw the bow, it has a charge and it reduces. You can't charge the bow up if it's longer than 40. I think it's something like that. Yeah, I don't really play much anymore. So I used to mean hands-on Overwatch as well, and yeah, I did find him really fun. I just now I'm in Celestial, I'm getting sweats, and I can't, if I'm having a bad day, then I can't deal with it. Anyway, so he's going into B tier, maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in B for now. Yeah, he's got the one shot, decent ult, nothing major. He's got a bit of movement, so yeah, he could be an A tier, to be honest, but I'm gonna leave him there for now. Next is Hela. She is S tier. Yeah, she is a Thor main. I know I've said I'm 3 different mains, but basically I have 3 mains. I have Thor is my main. Then I've got Wolverine and Meg, who I also play. They're the three that I'm like confident that I can play in one above all. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, she has an amazing team up and amazing damage. No damage fall off really. She has a stun. She has a getaway button, which I think's pretty rubbish anyway, to be honest. But with a big cooldown. Decent ult. I think people, like skilled players, will know how to avoid the ult, but it's good. Like, you know, you scare people off the point. You know, if you're holding a point on domination, right, and you're outnumbered, it's like a 2-on-4. Well, just fly up as a, and just, you know, you'll keep up off the point for another 10 seconds. So yeah. But yeah, she's broken if you can aim. And she takes out flyers, so the best for doing it. So yeah, she's S. Next is Iron Fist. He had a weird change, like a pretty big change. I haven't really read it all properly, but I know roughly what it is. He's basically gone from a backline diver to a bit of a tank buster. In terms of the damage he does now is based on the maximum health, a bit like Wolverine. And I think his survivability is better, like he can meditate like longer or something. But I think, yeah, I've seen some really good ones. Like, he's one of those B tiers where he can be really effective, but he can also be useless. Like, you're seeing those Hawkeyes, you're seeing those Iron Fists. Like, yeah, I think he's B tier. Now, where will I put him? I'd probably put him below Warlock. I think I'm going to put him pretty low in B, to be honest. They don't really annoy me that much. But obviously, you come across good everything, don't you, at some point? But I just base this on how much I actually see a good player, and I don't see many good Iron Fists. So, yeah. Iron Man. He is another weird one because I think people are not realising that he doesn't need to team up anymore. People think obviously no one used to play him because Hulk always used to get banned. And to be honest, without the Hulk team up prior to the update, he was pretty useless. But now they reduced the damage he gets from Gamma, and he's upped his normal damage, and they're pretty I think it's like with the Unibeam comes out his chest. I think per second it's only like a 10 damage per second difference, which actually in a game like this is still a big enough difference, but it's not like before. I think it was like 30 before, something like that, which is massive. So yeah, basically you don't really need to team up anymore. But he's still countered quite hard. Like Spider-Man counters him, probably Star-Lord, Hela, Hawkeye, Namor, even Scarlet Witch, which I've seen a few more people go on him. Like, do you know what I mean? I think there's too many counters to him. You've got to have really good movement and know what you're doing. So I'm going to put him in B tier. I'm going to put him above Iron Fist, I think. But I'm going to put him below Warlock. Yeah. Next is Jeff. Jeff is another one of those where he could easily go into D tier. I'm putting him in C tier just because of his ult. Because I hate this guy, man. I hate him. I hate him on my team. I hate him on the other team. Just because his healing output isn't the greatest. Like, he doesn't really do much damage. Like, you've always got to do one or the other. You know, you've got like Clock and Luna and Loki who do damage and healing at the same time. That's why they're the top 3 healers. Oh, and Invisible Woman as well. Those 4. What else do they have? Defensive ults. So when you've got, it just makes your life easier. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously there is a skill to Jeff which people are doing where they're actually playing as a DPS. They're like backline diving and they're like ducking down, doing the popping out, going spitting at them, and then to get away they're shooting bubbles in front and then just swimming through the bubbles. So like, if if you got the movement, bloody hell, the one game I came against some cracked one, and honestly, I couldn't kill him, and he was just kept killing me, and it was the most annoying thing ever. But unless you got one of them, then he's pretty useless. Like, his ult is amazing, like, it's really good, but you have to be on a certain map where you can throw them off. And that can win you games. Like, it's happened to me. It's happened a lot of times. So that's why he's in C. But I've made him sound a lot better than what he actually is. I don't play this character. Like, you'll just get hate as well. Do you know what I mean? No one likes a Jeff on their team. If you've got a Luna, you've got the increased ability, like, thing. But, yeah, C tier, very map dependent. Has to be on a map where you can spit people off. Otherwise, do not play him. Next is Loki, the GOAT man. He's my GOAT. Yeah, I love the Asgardians. You know, I play all three of them, and their team up is amazing as well. Even though you don't see it that often, but it is class. And yeah, Loki, I think, to be honest, is the best healer. I think he has three, you know, get out of trouble abilities. You know, he's got the L1, which is the, like, beacons, which you transfer damage into healing. You can cancel so many ults with it. I think it's got like a 20-second cooldown, something like that, and or 25. But it's ridiculous. It's probably the best. It's actually a mini ult, I think. I think it feels like a mini ult. And yeah, you've got the evade, which you can do, which self heals, a bit like Invisible Woman's, where you go invisible and you self heal, and then you have your teleport as well. You can teleport to a clone, and if you know what you're doing with Loki, you can seriously carry a game, and you can also do some damage with him as well. His splashes, you know, his healing splashes. So if you have all three clones out, you can go a backline dive on you, right? You can shoot him up a little bit, you know, evade, then shoot him again, or teleport, then shoot. And yeah, I think he's got the highest skill gap when it comes to healers. So, and you see him a lot, and he's annoying, and he gets his ult so quickly, and he can choose any ult he wants to. So yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. Next is the Queen. Now, I know I just said about I think Loki's the best, right? So realistically, I should have Loki above Luna. But like I said earlier, she's the Queen. Now they're both up there. I can explain what I mean. Those two have been in the S tier since the start. They haven't moved. They're both cracked. They're both, yeah, they are the king and queen of Marvel Rivals at the moment. And until one of them drops down, they will remain there. And that is why they're both first and second. But to be honest, I think Luna is probably stronger than Strange. I'm going to put Luna above Strange, actually. But yeah, equally, they're just both amazing. Not much to say. She can freeze someone. She has insane healing output. Her R1, which is I don't know what ability it is on computer, but can let you snipe people and do insane damage. And it heals people as it damages. So if there's a massive group of, you know, fighting, you can just spam it, and yeah. Yeah, she can't really get out of a fight very well. Like, you've got to be able to hit your freeze, otherwise you are screwed. Every other healer sort of has a getaway ability, you know, she doesn't. However, if you can manage to freeze someone, you know, get into the skating rhythm, you can get away. But yeah, and she has a good team up with Namor, probably one of the best in the game, and she gets banned a lot. So yeah, that's enough on her though. Next, Magic. Okay, my opinion, the best dive character. Definitely one of the most annoying. You know, she's tanky. She hard carries. So many games I've played, she's hard carried. She's the character I next want to learn. I think I'd like her. I like quite aggressive, you know, melee characters who are a bit tanky. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, her ult. I think she got a buff and a nerf in the last update. Her ult is now better, I think. Like, she can guess it quicker or something, but her damage slightly reduced, so. But yeah, still amazing. You know, I think dive characters are always somewhat in the meta, because dive is the best comp if played properly, and the most unstoppable. So yeah, she is going into definitely top of A. I think I'm gonna put her top of A. Yeah, Magneto. Feel Magneto. He is going in S tier, right next to Strange. I think he's the third best character in the game. Actually, to be honest, he's probably better than Strange at the moment. I'm just not budging Strange because he's the king. Yeah, he's actually probably the best tank in the game. His survivability is nuts. He feels like a lot like Sigma from Overwatch. Who, yeah, I loved on Overwatch, and he's the first character I actually played on Marvel Rivals on the beta. I remember using his team up with Scarlet Witch, and it just melts. That sword you just throw at people absolutely cuts people in half, and that was before it was nerfed, because it got nerfed. And yeah, even without that, he's just, yeah, his survivability is insane. He's got the shield, he's got the bubble, he's, you know, just tanky in general. And if you rotate his abilities properly, you can't die, basically. His damage output's good. He has that combo where he does the left click, right click, left click, or you can do it any way around. Do you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, that can one shot all squishies. That combo. Yeah, really strong. His ult, you can use it offensively, you can use it defensively, you can cancel defensive ults, you can cancel offensive ults. You know, for example, if Punisher pops his, I can't remember what he says now. What did he say, Punisher, for his ult? Go on, mind bank. Anyway, yeah, Punisher pops his ult. You have to do it really quick, mind. You can do Feel Magneto, and then you got to watch the number of, you know, the power of the rock, because it'll grow up so quick when the Punisher uses ult. And yeah, throw it at him. And then yeah, the main thing he's used for is killing Cloak and her ult, because you just got to wait for her to do a second or third dash is what I'd advise. Never do it on the fourth dash. Look at my stream from the other day. I was having a mare. I kept waiting for the fourth one. I don't know why, even though I know you shouldn't. Yeah, you want to go for the second or third dash, just because the fourth, they sometimes have time to like cloak themselves. So yeah. Anyway, that's enough on Mag. He's asked, yeah. Mantis. Weird one with Mantis, because she was really strong in Season 0. Like, she was up there with Luna and Cloak. You know, she has a defensive ult. You know, she has high damage output. Like, she's not really... She's like an off healer, you know. You got like an off tank. Well, she's not like an out and out healer. She's a good like secondary healer, or support, should I say? Because she supports people. She doesn't, you know, she still can heal, but she is a quote unquote support. Do you know what I mean? She gives you attack damage. She gives you speed boost. Like it's that sort of support rather than just pure healing. Yeah, she can sleep someone, which is good. She's got good movement speed. Yeah, it's weird that you don't see many of her anymore. But she's still decent, like, do you know what I mean? I'd still pick her over... Would I pick her over Cloak? Well, I personally wouldn't, because I can't play it, but... I don't know. That's a good debate, actually. She's either going above Cloak or behind her. Yeah, I'm going to go behind, just because... I don't know how to play her. That's the only reason. Not gonna lie. Moonlight. The Moon. He is pretty garbage now, I'd say. Situational, you know. If you're on the... What's the map? Null. You know, the Null map. And, you know, if you're on the bit between point 1 and 2, you know what I mean? Like the tight corridor bit. You know, if you stood up on top of one of the side bits and chuck your rank down, you know, you might get some value, but, you know, his ult got nerfed again, you know, back to similarly what it was before it got buffed. You know, you can react a bit more now. You know, if you combo it with Groot, then it's decent. But yeah, he's not the best at the moment, and you don't see many of him anymore. Is he going B, or is he going to join Jeff in C? I might put him in C. You know, I don't think many people would, but I think, I think he could go into C. Next is Namor. He is OP. He is broken. He is an S tier straight away. He gets banned loads. He is the biggest counter to dive, or one of the only counters to dive, might I say, because I think there's not actually that much dive counter in this game. You could argue like someone like Penny, but she's not meta. Like, you want someone who's like meta and good at countering dive, whereas I don't play many dive characters. I mean, you could argue the way I play with Thor is quite divey, and she just doesn't annoy me in that way. She annoys me, like really annoys me, but she'd annoy me if it wasn't just dive. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, she. We're not even on about her. Sorry, we're on about Namor, aren't we? Namor, yeah, great ult. Turrets are annoying. They're arguably the best team up in the game. That slow turret, just insane. You can rotate the turrets where you sort of have one all the time. He's just amazing. Like, he's really good. He's definitely going in 80 and he's staying there. Is he? I don't think he's above any of these. Oh, I need to order this. I'm going to put Loki above Groot and Hela. I'll put Loki above there. So I put him above Hela? No. I'll keep him above there. Next is Penny. No, I just pretty much said about her. She's supposed to counter dive, which I suppose she does in some ways. She's supposed to counter Wolverine as well. Every time I play him and I see a Penny, I'm quite gassed, to be honest, because if you got the right setup, yeah, she can be annoying against Wolverine, but you can sort of pick her up and take her away from the web, which I do quite well. Don't see it as a problem. She's just annoying. Like, there's certain maps, I think, Asgard, the Domination Asgard, where you're out in the garden, yeah, put a web thing beyond one of those walls. Most annoying thing ever, honestly. But yeah, she is quite low C, I'd say. I'd even put her below Jeff, and that's saying something. Psylocke. Yeah, weird. Don't see her as much as I used to. But yeah, I still think she's really good. Do you know what I mean? Like, every time I see one, they're cracked. Yeah, she's got good abilities. Ult's not as good as it used to be. That's probably why, maybe. And that's probably what's going to drop her for me, actually. But I still think she's 80, yeah? Do you know what I mean? I think, another dive character. Can melt anyone down in seconds. Yeah, she's going 80. Yeah. I'm trying to think, what's the teamer? Does she have a teamer? I can't think of it. No, can't think. It might come back to me, but yeah. Punisher. Yeah, I think he's pretty average. Not even average. I think he's pretty bad, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, the shotgun's good. His turret is pretty bad because it's just easy to avoid, unless you can place it in a place where you can't really get flanked. Then it does good damage, obviously. But his ult is overrated. People hype up, every tier list I watch, people hype it up loads, and I'm just like, I think it's very easily avoidable. Obviously the damage on it's insane, but I think you can melt him. You can react quick enough to it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I think he's bang average. He's got really good team up with Rocket though. Okay, next, Rocket. Wow, so this is the character which is probably the most controversial character in the game. just because he gets a lot of hate. Now, I'm going to start off by saying I don't think he deserves the hate he gets. Well, as much hate as he gets, do you know what I mean? Like, there's certain points which people make. Which are relevant. Like, for example, he doesn't have a defensive ult. That is the main one that people argue about, which I think is situational. Like, I think you could start a game off as Rocket. You know, you might have one of the team ups, either Punisher or Winter Soldier. Even without the team ups, they're not really necessary to him exactly. Yeah, you know, he doesn't die. That's the thing. If you can have less than 3 deaths on him, then you've probably got the most value out of him. If you have 7 or 8 deaths, then you're not getting the value off of him. Do you know what I mean? He's the most unkillable character in the game, I'd say. Like, he's got 2 boosters to boost away. He can climb up walls. He can, like, heal himself as he's doing all that. Like, there's a mechanic where you dash onto a wall, run up it, and then you shoot some healing, and then come off it, and, like, yeah, do some techie stuff, which it's not really that hard to do, to be honest. Yeah, amazing survivability. His ult, I think's like decent, you know. The damage boost is actually really good. I think people are starting to learn combos that you can do with his ult. He's a weird one. I don't know where I'd put him. I'd probably put him in high B. High B, I think he deserves to. Or maybe A. We haven't got a healer in A tier, really. Let's go bottom of A. Yeah. Yeah, but you can stay alive. He's really good. You know, good team up. But yeah, I just think the fact that you don't do damage on this guy at all, I think really hurts him. I think you get so much more value out of this, you know, any of the S tier characters, healers that I put in. They all heal and damage at the same time. So, alright, Rocket, you might finish the game, if you have a long game, right, might see, like, an invisible woman on 40k healing, right, and then Rocket might have 45, 50k healing. Well, Rocket's got 1000 damage, and the Invis has got 20k damage, right, so you've instantly got more value. Damage blocked, you're gonna have way more on invisible woman, same with, like, Cloak. Yeah, you've got the defensive ult, you know, against his ult, which is still better than his, even though I think his is pretty underrated, to be honest. I think his ult is underrated, Rocket, but just comparing it, yeah, you just would rather that, wouldn't you? He's really good in a triple healer. Yeah, certain game modes, he's like, well, certain scenarios he's good. I just think people need to realise if we need that extra defensive ult, they need to switch, do you know what I mean? But yeah, he's going a little way. Next is Witch. Now, she is better than people were giving her credit for. Like, she obviously, the beta, she was probably the best character in the game. Like, she dominated that beta. I remember everyone was like, oh my god, her ult is amazing, it's crazy. And then you realise very quickly it's really easy to avoid, and her damage is pretty rubbish. But you know, they give her that shield for the ult now, so she doesn't get killed as much in her ult. You can still CC her though, so just get a web and just web her up. But yeah, she is better though. I've played with some witches recently, and they've, you know, maximised her potential. She can dive the back line pretty well, take out flyers. Her stun, if you actually land it properly, you can get 1 or 2 stuns off in a row. So yeah, that team up's really, really good. But yeah, ultimately, I say all those positive things. She's still pretty bad compared to pretty much every other DPS in the game. But she's definitely gone. She was a DT hero. She's definitely made her way into C. I'd probably rather her than a Penny and a Jeff, I think. Maybe not a Jeff, I don't know. It's weird with Jeff, man. I really want to put him lower, but then I'm thinking of like moments that have happened in the game where he's actually done a really good job. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. Next, Spider-Man. Another controversial character. just because of how high his skill ceiling is. You know, I think he's got the most complex skill set in the game. Obviously, he's probably the most popular Marvel hero in the world, or popular superhero in the world, apart from like Batman, Superman. So everyone wants to play him. Do you know what I mean? Like, kids go on the game, want to play him, even if you know you're not good at him, you want to play him. Yeah, he is a dive character, which, like I said, many times before, dive's slowly becoming more and more meta. I think dive is always in the meta, if you know what I mean. Not meta is the wrong word. Dive is always strong, but it's harder to pull off. Do you know what I mean? You got to work harder to get more out of it. So yeah, I see good Spider-Mans, I see bad Spider-Mans. I think in Celestial, where I am right now, yeah, it's you get a mix. He has a decent ult. I think it's got worse. Did they ever nerf his ult? I can't remember, but it seems like they have, because you just don't see many good ults being pulled off anymore. But yeah, anyway, he has got a really good team up. The Venom team up got buffed because he now becomes invulnerable for a second when he does that like burst of symbiote, which does decent damage. It's part of his combo which you have to do with him. So yeah, I think he's only viable with the team up. I think on his own he's not as strong. So I'm going to put him in B tier, but I don't know where I'm going to put him. He does get banned a lot as well, so maybe he deserves to be in the higher. I'm going to put him above Cloak, or maybe below Cloak. Yeah, I'll put him below Cloak. Like, someone who gets banned a lot, like, he should be higher, but then I just think, yeah, someone who gets banned a lot probably should be higher. But I just think the reason people ban him is because they annoy him, or like you got like healers who want to ban him and stuff. So yeah, he's staying in BTF for now. Next, Squirrel Girl. Alongside Penny, the most annoying character in the game. They always do it. Every shooter or game like Marvel Rivals, they gotta chuck those annoying characters in there. The ones with the annoying voice lines and the annoying abilities, and they're not even the most. Like, who the hell's Squirrel Girl? Do you know what I mean? Like, I've played. I love Marvel, but she's just no one cares about her. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, here she is. Certain games and maps, she's going ham. But then, there's a load of characters who are just like map dependent and like team dependent, and they all fit in the B section for me, really. So she's going into B. I don't know where in B she's going though. I think she's gonna go in below Spider-Man, below Mantis, below Warlock. I think she goes above Iron Man. I'm looking more and more now, and I don't think I want to put Hawkeye in the same tier as these. So I'm going to move Hawkeye up and put him by there. I'm not putting him above Rocket though, no. Have I even ordered these? I think Cap goes above Black Panther. I think not above Psylocke. Goes above Cap though. Yeah, who was I just on? Squirrel Girl. Yeah, annoying. She got stuns. She's got that Junkrat annoying, just flings her acorns, you just bounce everywhere. And if you're on a tight corridor, like the Moonlight thing, if you're on null and you're just firing down that corridor, you're just going to get value. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't take much skill to play her. However, yeah, hate her. Right, she's staying there. Star-Lord. Easily A tier. Don't know where he's going yet, though. Yeah, he's got a really good ult. He's got good survivability. He's mobile. He's got good damage. he's that type of hero that'll all fit into any comp. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't have a specific role. Like, you would probably say like dive, but you can definitely poke with him. You know, you run a brawling type team, you can sort of get up close and brawl with, you know. He gets that like shield every time he does that front flip, and like you can't kill him in that half a second that he does it. Yeah, he's just annoying as hell, to be honest. You don't see him as much though. You don't really see him that often, even though I just think he's really good. So I think I'm gonna put him above Hulk and below Magic, I think. Storm, easily S tier. She's the most banned hero alongside Wolverine, probably. Yeah, she's also annoying as hell. She is a flyer, but unlike Iron Man, I don't think she's counted as easily. Like, excuse me, because of her damage output. Like, she's applying pressure as well as pressure is being applied to her. Like, a lot easier. Yeah, good team ups with Thor. Thor gives that extra ability, which is decent. That is it. Is it the chain one? Yeah, it's the chain ability, you know. Yeah, you can't put the most banned character in the game not in S tier, can you? Really? So yeah, she better than Namor, probably better than Hela. Hela counters her, but I think she's still better. She better than Groot? Yeah, probably better than Groot. Yeah, she could go there. Next, my man, Thor. He is the GOAT. He is amazing. I'm going to be very biased here because he is my main. But, well, if you play him like I do, you will climb the ranks. Especially those lower ranks. If this tier list is based on like high elo, but if you're a low elo player, he's easily S tier. He has very high carry potential just because he's not your typical tank, if that makes sense. He is a mix between a tank and a DPS. If you know what you're doing with his abilities, you can reset those hammers instantly. You know, you can move tanks out of position, you can brawl with them up close, you can dive back lines. And his ult is not the best, but definitely better than what it was because you can't get CC'd anymore. Yeah, man, he's just an absolute beast, and people put him way lower than I think he deserves to be honest. Yeah, like he can be targeted quite easily, and if you do target him, then he will die quite quick. But as long as you know what you're doing, you can really like mess teams up. You know, he's probably, yeah, he's my favorite character. Obviously, I'm biased towards him, but he's easily an A tier hero, easily. And if someone puts him in B, you know, I'll argue against it to the day I die. Like, he's definitely better than that. You know, he's climbed his way up. He's had buffs. Yeah, he is. Where in A tier is he going to go? I think he's better than Cap. I don't think he's better than Hulk, though. So I think I'll put him behind Hulk. Well, I think he's better than Hulk. The thing is, I think he's better than most of these heroes. But I got to be realistic, do you know what I mean? It is my tier list, but I'm still like, you know, the general, what people generally think as well is also coming into it. So, yeah, he's going to slot right in there. Behind Hulk. Next, Venom. Got the Spidey team up, which means I'm going to put him next to Spidey, I think. It's pretty simple for me. They both need the team up. If they're both together, they're high A tier, and I think very soon will be S tier. But for now, people are still like, the dive coordinations always isn't there. You know, you watch Necros and Boga play, you know, they'll make it look easy, do you know what I mean? But it's a lot harder than it looks to coordinate a dive. Yeah, I was playing the other day and I got ruined by these two. So yeah, yeah, he's gonna go. I think he's better than Spider-Man, so I'm gonna put him above Spider-Man. But he probably. I see. I'm looking at this now. He deserves to be higher on his own. He's actually better, isn't he? he's actually better. I think he deserves to be an A tier tank, especially now. Like, he's got a lot better. I was just putting him quickly next to Spider-Man, but then maybe Spider-Man should be lifted into A as well. So I put these both at the back of A. I think I should. I think Venom, actually, I don't need to put them next to each other at all, do I? I think Venom's better than Hawkeye and Rocket. I think Spider-Man's better than both of them as well, actually. I think Hawkeye is better. No. I think Venom's better than both of them. The thing is, he might be better than the tanks I've got, so he might even be better than... I think he's the best dive tank now. Well, I've completely messed this up. I haven't actually analysed it properly. Didn't really think about it properly. I had a rough idea what I was doing here. Now I'm putting him up against everyone in front of him, and I'm starting to think I'll keep him there. Do I prefer these in front of him? No, probably not. So I'll leave that for now. Winter Soldier. The thing is, if I keep looking at these, I'm going to keep changing my mind. Like, I think A is completely interchangeable. A is the one I'm struggling with the most. A and B. They're like, S tier is easy, C tier is easy, B is pretty easy. A tier, these A tier heroes, because they could all, apart from Magic and Star-Lord, the rest of them could all easily be a B tier hero. And they could all easily be quite high A. Do you know what I mean? It's hard. So maybe I know I said at the start of the video I'm ranking them in their thing, so maybe just forget about it for A tier. The rest of them, take it into account. A tier, just look at A tier and just be like, yeah, they're A tier heroes. Do you know what I mean? Don't match them against each other, because I think I might get some hate in the comments for that. But anyway, Winter Soldier, he is cracked. He's unbelievable. He's, again, he's really good, and again, he's messing people up, and again, he's using his ult, and again, he's hooking tanks into difficult positions, and again, he's 2-3 tapping squishies, and just, again, causing havoc. So yeah, he's going into S tier. I think he's the best DPS at the moment in the game. I generally do. Behind Storm, because if Storm gets banned all the time, he's going to have to go behind Storm. But yeah, he is a nightmare to play against at the moment. I hate him. Hate him. Not much more to say there. Wolverine, my guy. Talk to the claws. He is easily an S tier as well. He gets banned every game. I can't play him much anymore, and it's so annoying. If you want to see when someone cook as Wolverine, though, go on my Twitch, go on my YouTube, link down below. And TikTok, actually. I've just started streaming on TikTok, so check that out as well. Right, enough of the plugs. He is going behind Winter Soldier, I think. I mean, he gets banned all the time, so he should be in front of him, but I generally think he's banned because of his very unique way of killing tanks, whereas no one else really does that. Do you know what I mean? No one else does what Wolverine does, whereas everyone else sort of like, Hella Hawkeye do the same thing, Black Panther and Magic do the same thing, he's S tier. I love him. Shreds tanks. I love annoying people. Good survivability. That buff where he got extra health really helped him out. It was funny because everyone thought he was rubbish at the start of Season 0. So, yeah, he's come a long way. And to be honest, the way his character is designed, ability-wise, I think he'll always be up there, and he'll always be banned because, he shreds Strange, he shreds Groot, shreds Thor, shreds Hulk, shreds Venom, I think he shreds Penny. People disagree. Nuisance. Right, next, Mr. Fantastic. So he's been a really weird one because he started off terrible, then he sort of jumped up a little bit, and now he's gone back to being terrible again. the recent update really like messed with him. Yeah, I think he had like his ult charge when did it go up? I think it increased. Yeah, and like his ult now does more damage in the center but less on the edge of the circle. So like you have to be precise. So I mean, if you combo up with someone, probably do a bit of damage, but you know, I think you'd rather just chip at people, you know, with the other. I mean, both ults are both bad, you know what I mean? Both versions of the ult, you know. But yeah, you got the one tricks, and if you get in a lobby with those one tricks, you're gonna have a hard time. Like, you can't kill him, and he's annoying. Do you know what I mean? A bit like Cap, but he's not that good. He's gonna go bottom of C tier, I think. Or do we need someone else in D? He might even be in D tier. He's terrible. No, I've seen a few one tricks. She's got to be in a tier on her own, I think. Yeah, he's gonna sit at the bottom by there. Invis, wow, it's Zinni's main. Yeah, he's been smashing it on her at the moment, getting MVP after MVP. Like, this woman is the healer to be at the moment. She has everything, you know. She can get out of there by using her invisible, which also self heals. You know, if you're out of the fight for more than 5 seconds, she goes invisible anyway. She's got great healing, great damage, great ult. Yeah, just annoying abilities like her. She got loads of abilities that do loads of different things. You can, you know, she counters Wolverine. You know, you just push Wolverine off someone, push anyone out. She can take. I'm pretty sure she can take flyers out of the sky with that bubble thing. Yeah, she got all the tools. You know what I mean? She's easily. I keep saying I think someone's the best healer in the game. I generally think she probably is the best healer in the game. Pound for pound, like in terms of how difficult she is to play. If you put every metric together, she is the best because she's got survivability, she's got defensive ult, she's not like the hardest to play. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, she fits everything. So I probably would put her above Loki just for that. I think Loki, though, if you spent 20 hours on each hero, I think Loki would be better. But ultimately, I want them both on my team. But yeah, she's going there. And the Thing, he is a tricky one as well because I find him really annoying to play against. I see a lot of good things. I think he's definitely A tier. But where in the A is he going to go? That's the question. I think he's the best tank in A tier. Yeah. I think that's fair, isn't it? I think that's fair. Yeah. I think he's the best tank in A tier. I think he goes below Magic, maybe. Yeah, put him below Magic. I'm looking at the rest now. I got 4 Vanguards in a row, and I know that shouldn't mean make any difference, but it is annoying me a little bit. Now okay, this is where it gets hard. Maybe Hulk's too high. Maybe. I still think he's really good though, but I think he might be a bit too high. I might put Hulk behind Psylocke, and I might leave it at that. Yeah, I might leave it at that. I might just put Hulk behind them. Yeah, it's a weird one. Like I said, that A from Thor to Hawkeye is all a bit interchangeable. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. Last, I haven't talked about the Thing really. Yeah, great survivability. Just get shield after shield after shield. His right click or his L2, well, his secondary attack is just amazing. Like, you don't even need to do his primary attack. Just spam his fucking. Yeah, all you need to do just spam his ding, 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 and you I'm a Thor main, and you can't fly away because it's a mini stun. It is literally a mini stun. You can't. I got to fly away, ding. I got to fly away, ding. Before you know, I'm dead. Yeah, his charge ability is ridiculous. You know, he gets like 200 shield, and you know he's unstoppable in that, and he can just flip people in the air. You know, more stuns. His ult is another stun, which is, you know, goes through shield. So, yeah, he's just a nightmare to deal with. Obviously, he can't be moved either, like physically. The pull, which Invis has, can't move. The knockback, which you get from having 3 arrows on Mag, can't move. Wolverine can't move. Thor can't move. So for my mains, he counters my mains, you know what I mean? My 3 mains which I use, he counters. Like, he is a nightmare against Magneto, not just because, you know, with Magneto, when you get that knockback, you keep brawlers off of you, whereas he'll just keep smacking you, do you know what I mean? Goes through the shield, goes through, your knockback, and yeah, he's a pain. Absolute pain. Easy. Next, Human Torch. So, obviously, he just got a buff, apparently, in the new update, but you still never see him. I think, you know, people rave on about his team up, which you never really get to see anyway. I've seen it a couple times, and it is good, does a lot of damage. But I think in the general play, I think 2 flyers is quite bad. I think it's easy to counter 2 flyers, do you know what I mean? Unless you've got insane movement, but that's just the way I think. I mean, I don't know how good he is. I can't really judge, to be honest. I haven't played much since he got updated. I've done like 2 streams since then. But I haven't seen him, so I can't judge him, and I haven't seen. Do you know what I mean? Definitely don't play him. So yeah, I think he's gonna have to go D tier. I know I said no one else was gonna join Widow, but never see the guy. I imagine he's probably like in C or B tier now, but considering, yeah. I'm going to do a quick scan then. Yeah, I'm happy with SA. Like I said, it is literally just A tier. You know, you got someone like Rocket, probably the most controversial character in the game. Boxy will tell you about that. He, you know, gets messages left, right and centre, tell him to switch, when it's not necessarily his fault, do you know what I mean? Like, there's definitely times where you could probably change. You know, we all do that. You know, we all get a bit stubborn. You know, you think you're doing well, but realistically you should change. You know, we've all been there. Obviously, Rocket is a scapegoat to, you know, why the team's not working well. But then he's also effective in many other ways. Like, I don't even think I talked about his one ability, which the BRB one, which is just, yeah, it's ridiculous. So yeah, I'm sticking with that. If I look at it anymore, I'm going to keep changing it. So, but that is roughly what I think. I think that's one of the best tier lists out there. Yeah, just based on how easy it's going to be to climb ranks, basically. That's what I'd say. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to end this video now because I'm even starting to look at something and I'm like, oh, I don't agree with that. So yeah, that's the list, guys. That's the best one you've ever seen. And if you like any more of this, just hit the like button, subscribe. Yeah, and let me know what you think in the comments. You know, I read them all the time. I like to know what other people think, and tell me if I'm wrong, if I'm right. And yeah, like I said, look at the description down below. You'll see my TikTok and my Twitch, which I stream on almost every day. And yeah, you know, we just hit Celestial, and we're now on the road to eternity. So yeah, the road carries on, and yeah,